Down the hatch. All right, this week Porsche Cup goes to Brands Hatch. I like this track a lot. I was able to get a 126 140. I think the fast guys will be doing 25s, maybe some 24s. We'll see there. I don't know. Excited about it. There are some spots where I don't feel super comfortable yet, but did a lot of practice tonight. Wasn't able to push past that, and then on my fastest lap, right after I missed the braking point for turn 1. So hopefully I don't do that in a race, but you'll get to see me goof up here when we go through the fastest lap. Then we'll go through how we did it, come back here and give some final thoughts. So here we go.
Your lap time was 126.53. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best. Sector 2 is 0.27 off your best. That lap time was 126.14. That's your fastest lap to date.
Okay, Brands Hatch, Porsche Cup, fixed setup, haven't touched anything, haven't touched brake bias, anything like that. Got ourselves a 126 140 and pushed really hard to get it. Couldn't get any better. Came close a lot of times, but would always make a mistake. Anyhow, first braking point. Going to be around the 150 mark up there. We're just going to go flat out through here and right around the 150 is when we're going to start engaging the brakes, and then it's going to hold that brake pressure. Come on over to the left here. You even kind of come up onto this green part here with your left tires, just a smidge, I would say. We're going to start letting off the brake pressure here and start getting ready to give her some gas, and just lightly on the gas and start feeding more in. And then as we come over here, and this is really easy. If you're not following your normal line, this takes some practice. It's super easy to be off kilter and spin out here, so just be careful. But we're full throttle at this point with a lot of wheel in, which is not normally what we do here. But we're going to hit down here, and as we kind of bottom out, it's going to kind of straighten up the car and our wheels along with it. We're just going to straighten out, keep the throttle pinned. Feels kind of weird when you hit that bottom there, but yeah. Braking point, this is a lot more comfortable. You can brake all the way out at the 50, but for me it's a lot iffier there. So start engaging the brakes at that kind of where the green part ends, gravel part ends, kind of that ballpark is kind of where my brain is telling me let's start braking. So we start braking pretty heavy, and just hold that brake pressure. And I've certain times I've kind of missed it and gone a little too far in, which isn't the end of the world, because then you get a better run down the straight. So but we're going to turn in here and hold a little bit of brake pressure, and then just keep holding that as we're turning through this hairpin here, and we're going to start feeding some throttle in just a little bit, coast. Then we'll start picking up some throttle as we start pointing towards the exit. Just a little bit, and then we're going to wait for the wheel to straighten out. Once our wheel starts straightening out, we'll start feeding some more throttle in, and then we can go full throttle. I'm just going to keep letting the car go out, and then we're going to start bringing her back. Our next braking point is going to be the 50 down there. And yeah, we're going to start lifting here, brake, and we can get our right wheels onto this AstroTurf. You can see the difference in the texture there. This little part here is AstroTurf we can use. We're just going to lightly touch that, and then shift down to second. Keep holding that little bit of brake pressure, and then as we approach the apex here, we're going to start feeding a little bit of throttle in. So we start straightening out the wheel, and then we can put the rest of it down. And this is more AstroTurf here that we can use. We're going to come on over. Just keep it planted. And this corner here is a little weird, especially on exit. I'll kind of point it out when we get there. Also here, there's more AstroTurf here, but I found that when I use it, it doesn't offer enough traction in the braking and it spins me, so I try and kind of avoid it now. But we're gonna brake kind of in between where this starts and the 50, probably closer to where this starts here. Closer to the 50. I'm gonna start braking there. It's kind of by feel for me at this point, but pretty generous on the braking. But we're just gonna hold that brake pressure there. I like turning in kind of late here. It's counter to my normal instincts, but I found it works all right. So we're just holding that brake pressure. We're gonna let go of it and start feeding in the throttle. It feels really early to be putting the throttle in, but we're doing it. And just partial throttle. Hit that curb a little bit. Would avoid that probably. But then we're going to, as we come out over here and straighten out the wheel, we're gonna put the rest of the throttle down. And early on, I'd hit this, I don't know, some weird way, and it would just completely upset the car and we would spin down the straight. Wasn't good. But if you come here and just kind of lightly come over onto it, it should be good. I think I was hitting it at too much of an angle before was causing that. But yeah, this is just full throttle down the straight here until we get to the 100 marker is my next braking point. We're just gonna hit the brakes there and kind of hold it as we come down into fourth gear here. And you can see the banking in this corner. We're just gonna follow that. We come through. We're gonna come all the way in, just still holding that brake. And then, and this is, I got better at this corner as I kept on practicing. I could usually get like an extra 1/10 on this corner, but I would just hold my brake a little bit longer and then start accelerating once we came all the way over and rubbed the right wheels against this curb here. This is not bad, but we're just full throttle. If you get on the throttle too early, it is easy to come on too far over onto the left here. Wash out too far. Next braking point is going to be probably where a 75 marker would be. In between the 100 and the 50 here. So we're just hit that brakes and just hold that brake pressure. And we're going to clip the inside corner here. There's some AstroTurf on it. And we're just going to lightly touch that. It's really easy to take too much and get an off track. But we're just going to touch it a little bit as we're getting back on the throttle. It's a really short kind of braking zone here. Yeah, we're just holding that brake pressure, and then as we start to get the car pointed the way that we want it to, we're coming back on the throttle, coming over the curb, and then we're just gonna, as we straighten out the wheel, get the rest of the way on the throttle. And you can use more this whole AstroTurf on the left here. We can use all of that. I didn't on this lap. Like I said, there's a lot more time I found here, but this was my best lap, so we're going through it this way. But yeah, we're just full throttle through here, and then our next braking point is going to be the 100 marker right there. So we're just going to start kind of like a light on the brakes. There's so much crossover in my foot inputs, but it kind of is how it is. We're just let off the brakes a little bit, and then we just want to start getting on the throttle as we approach the curb here, just partially on the throttle. Take that curb a little bit, turn in, straighten out the wheel, correct a little bit, come the rest of the way on the throttle. And this corner is the one that kept on giving me problems after the fact. But again, we're kind of initiating our brakes a little bit after the 100, maybe like where an 80 would be, 75 again, halfway between these two markers here. I experimented with second gear through this next corner, but I found that third helps me out the most. But we're just gonna start letting off the brakes. We come down through here, touch the left wheels on the inside curbing. As we're hitting the apex, we're bringing the throttle back in. Again, this one's really easy if you get on it too quick to just overshoot. It's not like I was overshooting a ton. It's just enough to put you off track and slow you down. But anyway, full throttle. Next braking point is going to be the 100 marker up here. A little bit after it, honestly. Yeah, we're just hit the brakes, hold it. Decently heavy, but then we're coming off pretty quick. Just hold that little bit of pressure and then get back on it as we're coming around over here. And then we're gonna straighten out the wheel a bit once we get settled in. This is right down through here. There's a good spot to find a lot of grip. And we kind of got a little squirrely through there. I had to lift a little bit. But yeah, we're just holding that throttle as we come over the corner here. Full throttle through here, and then we're gonna miss our braking point because I wasn't paying enough attention and go off. But yeah, that was a 126-140. So yeah, super excited about the races this week. I'm happy with my time, and I did forget to mention this in the intro, but I had a mess with my brake pedal. I replaced all the elastomers in it because it was acting up on me, and it got used to it decently quick. But it's a bit different, so we'll see how it goes. If it's tougher to stay used to it, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, if you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, I get it. Head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman. If you feel like I earned it, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Bye.